Hey y'all, welcome back to another review with yours truly, Sam Healey. And this is one that I've already been talking about a lot. Got my hands on Raptor. Raptor by Bruno Cathala and Bruno Fedudi, the mighty Brunos. And this is a game where it's a two-player game. One person takes a team of scientists and another person takes a team of raptors. So let's check it out. We'll see what you think. Okay, folks, here I have a game of Raptor set up for you. And basically at the beginning of the game, each player will take their deck of cards. They're the scientist deck and the raptor deck. And they both have 9 cards in them. I'll go over what each card does in just a few moments. But you set up the game board similar to this. The raptor player has to take the raptor mommy and put it on one of the 2 center boards. And then each of the babies has to go in one of the other 5. So I have one here, one here, one here, here, and here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? And then the scientists get to set up one on each of these L-shaped pieces. And they can be on any of those 3, but they have to be on those L-shaped pieces. Only 1 per piece. And then once everybody is set up this way, the game can begin. One person is going to be the raptor mother and the babies. And then the other person is going to be the scientist or the team of scientists. The way that the scientists win is by capturing 3 of the babies, denoted here, or by putting the raptor mommy to sleep by firing all of these sleeping gas grenades at her and hitting her 5 times. If she ever has 5 tokens on her, she loses the game. Now, the way that the raptors can win is by getting 3 of the babies off the board by one of these 4 exit areas that are here and here and here and here. The other way that they can win is by having no scientists on the board at any given time. All right, so if at any given time there are no scientists on the board, the raptors have won and they all escape. The scientist deck has 9 cards in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the cards have special abilities on them. So first of all, this one says you can put 1 baby to sleep if you are adjacent. Okay? Then number 2 says you can add 2 scientists to the board. If you do that, they have to come on the long edge, not the short edge. They have to go on one of these or on one of those. Number 3 is you can make 2 Jeep movements. Now, normally, scientists can only move 1 for 1 action point. But a Jeep movement would be, for 1 action point, they can move any number of spaces in a straight line. Okay, so that would be 1, and then they could go 2 for that second Jeep movement, and then be ready to try to put that baby to sleep. All right, so that's the Jeep movement. Number 4, you can put 2 baby raptors to sleep. 5, you can put fire onto the board. And the way that happens is, first of all, you would place fire adjacent to where you are. And then once fire is on the board, you can place it adjacent to where fire is. So the 2 places that you can place fire on the board is adjacent to where you are or adjacent to where fire is already going. Okay, that's fire. 6, add 2 more. 7, you can add 3 fire tokens. 8, you can have 4 Jeep movements. Of course, that's very difficult because the higher the number, the more difficult it is to do the special ability. And then 9 is no special ability, because more often than not, if you're playing a 9, you're fishing for some action points for the board. Now, another thing that the 1 does, let me just go ahead and do that real quick, is that it reshuffles your deck. Okay, so that's the scientist deck. The raptor deck is similarly numbered, 1 through 9, but you have different abilities at the top. Okay, this guy, first of all, whenever you play it, you do get to reshuffle your deck. But you also get to call one of your babies back to mommy. So For example, if I played this, I could take any baby on the board and put it on any space on the tile that she is on. Number 2, this means that you can remove the mommy from the board, and then she comes back on the next turn wherever she would like. This means that you frighten a hunter, or I'm sorry, a scientist. They feel like hunters, but they're scientists. And this simply means that you can frighten any scientist on the board. That means you lay them down, they're cowering in fear, and they have to spend an action point to stand back up. This one, the 4, means that you can call 2 of your babies back to the tile that mommy is on. This one is remove 2 sleep tokens. All right, so throughout the course of the game, the scientists are going to be firing these grenades over at mom. And I'll explain how that can happen in just a few moments. And that's one of the ways that the scientists can win, is by filling up these damage tokens. So what the 5 does is it allows you to take 2 of those away. The 6 is another one of those, disappear and then reappear somewhere else. This is a remove 3, but again, this is hard to get played because it is such a high number. This, the 8, is scare 2 scientists anywhere on the board. And then the number 9 with no special ability, because you're probably just wanting to get the action points. Now at the beginning of the game, the players will shuffle their draw deck and then draw a hand of 3 cards each. And that will be their hand to play from. And then the players will take and choose what kind of actions they may want to do, or if they want to not go for actions, they want to go for, they don't want to go for the special actions, they want to go for the action points for on the board. That determines, okay? So if you want to go with action points to use on the board, you want to play higher numbers because you're going to take the difference between your card and whatever the other person plays. But if you want to do the special ability, like this would probably be a good one for the first turn of the game, because you get 2 more hunters on the board. So the scientists, I'm sorry, I did it again, didn't I? The scientists will play that face down, and that's their card for this turn. The Raptors, however, are, well, I guess we're going to be trying to go for action points, yeah? So let's go for the gusto. So we're going to use the 9, all right? So simultaneously, we flip the cards over. The person with the lowest number gets to do whatever the special action is. So right now I played a 2 and the Raptor player played a 9. So I get to take 2 of my guys and put them on the first row on one of the long board edges. All right, so we're going to go, let's see here. We're going to go here. And the other one will be here. All right, now the Raptor gets to do the difference in actions. So 2 or 9 minus 2 is 7, so I get 7 actions on the board. Now, actions for the Raptors can be moving the babies. Babies move 1 space for 1 action. You can move the mommy. Mommy moves like a Jeep moves. She can go 1, 2, 3, or she can, if one of her babies has been put to sleep and she's next to it, for an action, she can wake it back up. If she is next to a hunter, she can gobble it up and he is removed from the game. So there is a limited number of scientists that can be on the board. She can also remove fire if she is adjacent in a straight line. She can remove the entire line. So if there's only 1 there, she can remove that. But if there's 2 there, she can remove both, as long as they are in a straight line and adjacent to each other. So if it were like this, she would only be able to remove this one, not this one. I've got 7 moves, so that is 1, 2, and I'm going to munch for my 3rd action. And then for my 4th action, move, munch for my 5th action. And then for my 6th and 7th, I'm going to go 1, 2. All right. So that's the end of this round. Now we both draw a card, and now the next round begins. So I take a look at the cards that I have here. I got that one. And now we have got 2 of my guys munched on that last turn, so I'm not looking too good. Let's see, I think I'm gonna play this, and I'm trying to get some actions so that I can try to work back a little bit. So I'm gonna play that one. I think I wanna call some of my babies back. So I'll play that there. Then we flip over at the same time. All right, lower. I get to do the special action. And I think I'm going to take this guy, since he's right next to this one, in a dangerous spot, and move it over here. I can put it anywhere on an open space on the mother's tile. And I can take them from anywhere on the board. Second one, I'm going to pull from here. No. Pull from here and put it over here by mommy as well. Okay? Now, he gets to have 4 actions. All right? Now, scientists move like baby raptors do. 1 space is 1 action. But we can go 1, 2, put the baby to sleep for 3, and then capture it for 4. So I'm 1/3 of the way to victory. So we draw cards to replace. And wow, we got a lot of fire going on here. Okay. 2 Jeep moves would not be a bad idea right now. So we're going to play that one. And then scaring. That's what we want to do. All right, so we flip over. Boom. 3 and a 3. Uh-oh. All right, since there is not a lower number, these are discarded. Nothing happens. We draw a card, and we go to the next round automatically. I'm going to, fire's really not going to help me much right now, so I'm going to play this guy and maybe get a lot of movement. I think, wow. Don't need this. That would be cool. This might even be better though. I'm going to go ahead and play this one. All right, so we turn them both over. Boom, a 9 and a 6. So the lower number gets to do. So we're going to come off the board, and now the scientist will be able to do all of their moves, and then I'll be able to place her on the board. So he gets 3 moves, and let's see here. We're just going to try to get set up here for 1, 2, 3 to put that little baby to sleep. All right, so that's my 3 movements, and now she can come back on any free space on the board. So we're going to put her right there. Hi, Mr. Scientist. We draw our 3rd cards. Okay, I'm going to play a 7 because I wouldn't mind getting some action points, but I also wouldn't mind placing some fire on the board now. And then the Raptor player will... let's try to scare some people. All right, so we flip over. Boom, 7 and 8. Okay, so 7, I'm going to do 3 fires. Fires block movement. So we're going to go 1. This is adjacent to the, and then this is adjacent to the fire, and this is adjacent to the fire. And then Raptor gets 1 nom nom nom. And draw our next cards. And I think I'm going to play this one. Fire's doing me good right now. He's getting low. I think he might be playing a lower number. So we flip over. Boom. Boom. Oh, 5 and 5. We draw. and we draw. Okay, we need some more hunters. So we're gonna play that one. I wanna shuffle. So now we flip over, boom, boom. All right, so I can call a baby to myself, which I will, put it right there. And then I can reshuffle my draw pile, which I'm going to do. And then he gets 5 actions. So we're going to, so I've got 5 actions, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. We're gonna move him away a little bit. And then the game would continue until the scientist has captured 3 babies or put mommy to sleep completely, or there are no scientists left on the board, or 3 babies have escaped off the board. And whoever can accomplish one of those things first is the winner. Now, I've already talked the mess out of this game. Ever since I was able to play it at Gen Con, ever since then, I have talked about this game. This is probably my favorite game out of Gen Con, even with all of the other big stuff. This is one that I just thought was, wow. Probably because I wasn't expecting it. It just came out of the blue for me. Had no idea it was on the airwaves at all. So it kind of came out of nowhere, and just really enjoyed this game. I love how the card play, how you have kind of a Mission Red Planet feel to it, where you have both people have the same numbers, and you're playing simultaneously face down, and then you flip them over. And then I just thought it was ingenious how the lower numbered person got to do the special power that was on their card, and then the higher card gets to do the difference of the 2 numbers in action points, and then you can move your pieces around on the board. I really enjoyed that. I think it's a very well balanced asymmetrical game, because the cards don't have the same powers on them, and some of the powers, I guess you could say, are a little bit more powerful than some of the others. So there is that asymmetry that's going on there. But you have 2 different goals that are really going on as well. So I really enjoyed the balance of this game, and I really enjoyed the theme. This theme was made for this game, I think. So there's that. But by all means, if you can get your hands on a copy of this, do it. You will not be disappointed. There's just no way. I love the game. I love everything about it. 2 huge thumbs up. See you on the flip side, folks.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.